You're going to want to pay attention to what I'm about to tell you. Are you ready? I really, really, really want you to hear this because I want you to succeed. No matter what your business may be, all your income is going to come from listening. Yes, I mean all of it. No, there are no exceptions. The first step is connection because you have to open the forum to conversation. But once that forum opens, your ideal individual always has the floor. Yes, I mean always. There are no exceptions. This is a nuance many businesses miss, but every Fortune 100 company knows it all too well. There isn't a single name on that Fortune 100 list that doesn't understand the return value of pouring tremendous amounts of resources into active listening. When Starbucks was recently faced with a public relations crisis, they leapt straight into active listening mode. A bad judgment call was made by a Starbucks manager that escalated to the arrest of 2 African American men who weren't causing any disturbances, but were simply waiting for their friend to arrive before they made any purchases. The incident was posted on his social media, and the hashtag boycott Starbucks was trending within the hour. Did Starbucks start defending themselves, blaming the one manager for making a bad call? No. They opened the forum wide for their brand community and got down to listening. The CEO released a statement expressing a desire to meet personally with the 2 gentlemen who had been arrested so he could hear them out personally. The vice president flew out to Philadelphia, where the incident had occurred, to hear out the community that was most deeply affected. Starbucks went into emergency active listening mode, and the hashtag boycott Starbucks disappeared almost as quickly as it popped up. This is the power of active listening. When your brand community feels heard, they will stand by your brand even when the storm rolls through town. Active listening requires the listener to fully concentrate with the full, wholehearted intention, fully understanding what is being said and why it's being said. If it ain't got heart, go back to the start. Listen again and again and again until you find the heart of what they're saying. Respond to the heart of what they're expressing to you. And then listen some more. All of your income will come from listening. Many people listen only enough to form whatever thought they wanted to say next, barely listening at all. The way to respond to your ideal individual isn't with words, it's with actions that demonstrate your brand hears their deepest hopes, darkest fears, and even their wildest dreams, especially their wildest dreams. When your brand community feels heard, they feel understood, they feel safe, they feel at home with your brand. Home is where a person returns. Home is brand loyalty, and brand loyalty is your business plan. Have you ever felt that frustration of trying to express yourself to someone who thinks they already know what you're going to say? Even if someone has a general idea of what we want to say, we still want the opportunity to express it in our own words, through our own experience. Many people listen in this way, a sort of half listening, half planning how they're going to respond. When a brand listens in this manner, people get frustrated and they get bored. As one of my favorite writers, Ralph Waldo Emerson, puts it, there's a difference between truly listening and waiting for your turn to talk. I call this type of listening cowardly listening. When we are cowardly listening, we're merely like skimming the surface of what someone else is saying in order to plan our next move. Like the cowardly lion in The Wizard of Oz, whose first reaction to everyone is like, put him up, put him up. I thought he was so cute. But these are defense tactics to protect ourselves from becoming vulnerable. Cowardly listening doesn't work in relationships, and it doesn't work in creating brand loyalty. And brand loyalty is your business plan. If your brand can't value the vulnerability of its customers, the customer won't be able to feel close to your brand. When deciding what to buy, every person faces emotional obstacles. They must personally overcome them. The most common of these obstacles are time, money, energy, and peer pressure. The question these obstacles present include like, is there still time enough for me to make a change? Am I too old? Am I too young? Will I be able to follow through? What if I fail? What if other people, what will they think of me? These are difficult questions to be faced with. These questions induce a state of vulnerability. And if people don't feel safe and heard by your brand, they won't find the courage, the inspiration, or the support they need to overcome these vulnerabilities, these obstacles to buy. All of the top-notch rock star brands are constantly, consistently asking their customers, what does our brand mean to you? How does our brand make you feel? What value do you get from using our brand? If your brand is merely skimming the surface for the keywords and what your ideal customers are saying, you're missing the heart, the deeper truth, the gold that lies in what they're really trying to tell you. If without asking them, you assume you already know even the tiniest detail about what your ideal customer wants, needs, or secretly desires, you are guaranteed to miss the thing that could have bonded you, your brand, with them over all other brands. So let's say you're selling almond milk ice cream, and your brand community says they like it because it tastes good and it's dairy-free. I mean, you didn't even need to ask that, right? You could have figured that one out on your own. But then you listen more closely. You keep asking. You discover one person got to serve cake and ice cream at their kid's birthday party for the first time, and none of the other kids even noticed the difference. Another person refused to try any milk substitutes until they tried your ice cream, and now they use almond milk to eat cereal, they tried new recipes. It's opening up a whole new realm of fun memories in the kitchen. And another person likes it because her family doesn't complain when she uses the almond milk ice cream as a healthier alternative for dessert. And she even noticed her husband has lost a little weight. When you ask and keep asking, and then truly listen, and then listen some more, you're guaranteed to gain something that will draw you closer to your ideal brand community every time. Can you see some potential ad campaigns for the almond milk company? Maybe some product ideas, maybe some design ideas for their website or packaging on their next product? Good. This is the nuance in listening. There's always a deeper truth hidden just below the surface. There's always more to learn. It's your brand's responsibility to keep listening until your ideal individuals feel safe enough to reveal their inner sanctum of hidden truth. And there is always an inner sanctum of hidden truth. As Mark Twain says, wisdom is the reward you get for a lifetime of listening when you would have rather talked. When you want to grow closer to your ideal brand community, forget everything you think you know about who they are, what they want from your brand, how they feel about your brand, and ask them again and again and again. Provide your ideal individuals with endless opportunities to reveal more to you about who they are and who they wish to become. Provide your brand with endless opportunities to win brand loyalty. Okay, former SNL cast member and host of The Late Show, Jimmy Fallon, one of my favorites, has been called the most enthusiastic person in showbiz. I agree with this. And while Jimmy is undoubtedly talented, a great deal of his success is widely attributed to his enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is an energetic power. His closest friends have attested that Jimmy never seems to tire of interacting with his fans. He never shies away from stepping out in public because he feels good about giving his fans the opportunity to be acknowledged and appreciated by him. He exchanges enthusiasm with his fans, and his fans exchange enthusiasm back to him. The base continues to grow, one person at a time. Your brand can do the same. Jimmy must know the secret to life. Sharing enthusiasm never drains you. It only feeds you positive energy. Ellen DeGeneres is another great example of a notoriously enthusiastic television personality. She has been touted with having the most enthusiastic audience of any talk show host in the history of talk shows. Considering that lineup includes huge, iconic talk show hosts like Oprah and David Letterman and Johnny Carson. Having the most enthusiastic audience is quite an accomplishment. Ellen has a DJ on set for every live taping who takes audience requests, while Ellen herself hosts a mini dance party during every commercial break. She plays with her fans and personally interacts with them as though she's invited them to a party at her home. And by the time the cameras are rolling again, her fans are electrified from enthusiasm generated by making a creative connection with Ellen herself, a little dancing. Enthusiasm is catchy. What electrifies your audience? Get involved with the community your brand is creating. Interact in a fun and playful way that infuses delight, and connect with your brand's community. The thing about fans is you can never have just one. Unite your brand's community like a hometown, and you'll have yourself a fan base, a fanhood. Some ways of connecting your brand's community is sharing content that isn't always related to the products or services you provide. Choose content for no other purpose than to bring a smile to someone's face. Share a laugh or connect as a community over a hot topic within your marketplace. Start conversations between your social media followers by infusing fun and interesting questions. Encourage conversation. Your brand community has already something in common, your brand. And when your brand has clear values, they are likely to share many of the same interests. Engage with them, and they'll begin to exchange enthusiasm with one another. This will give your brand a fiercely loyal hometown advantage. Make your internal brand culture a band of heroes in their own right. Your brand's promise for a greater future should be the same for your employees as it is for your customers. Richard Branson says, take care of your employees and your employees take care of your business. When you assemble a culture of employees who are uplifted by your brand promise, you have a built-in fan club who will proudly pass the promise onto your customers. Strengthen your team by leading them to a better life, and your brand will be strengthened by a team full of leaders, eager to help your customers have a better life too. When assembling your brand community of ideal individuals, confront the shared obstacle your brand promises to remove. Don't confront the individual for having the obstacle. Instead, use your beginner's mind. Meet them where they are today and show them that they aren't alone. As human beings, when we become united by a common cause, we are made bold by the actions of another. We are stirred to take action. And when we feel accepted for who we are, we feel at home. The decision to buy is always emotional. The decision to buy is made with the heart. When today's consumers make the choice to return to your brand community by purchasing your product or service, they are extending a heartfelt invitation to your brand and welcoming it into their home. You wouldn't accept an invitation to someone's home and figure, well, I got my foot in the door, so I'm good. Time to jump on their couch and kick their dog. No, because it's crazy. But also, as a brand, you want to be invited back into their home again and again. When a new customer makes a purchase, you have an automatic responsibility to honor the faith they've placed in your brand. A great brand is a promise kept. At the responsibility stage of the relationship, you've connected with them on an emotional level enough that they felt confident to place their trust and their money into your brand. You've listened enough to know what the promise is that your customers are expecting your brand to keep. Now, it's your responsibility to uphold that promise every single day. Because the decision to join your brand community was made with the heart, so must the work be put into to keep their loyalty be a labor of love. Your brand should take responsibility for helping your customers grow. The moment a person becomes a customer, it isn't about you anymore. It's about them. It's always been about them. And if it ain't got heart, go back to the start. Thanks for watching. Don't miss out on a single thing. Subscribe below. And here's something else I think you'll love.